everyone, welcome to the BIZ Champs, and in this episode today I'll be your host. I'm Malisha, and you know what? We are going to have a series of episodes like this where we will be bringing in cool champions from the biz industry, and today we have none other than Wasantha here, the CEO of Enadoc, who has various perspectives on very recent things that's been happening and also in terms of information technology and digitization. So without further ado, let's welcome Wasantha. Thank you so much for joining us in this episode.
Thank you, Inviting.
We need to first start this episode by asking, what's the inspiration to this cool outfit?
I normally don't wear a jacket.
Okay, what was the reason why you had to wear a jacket today?
You know that I've been sitting in this office for past few days, and we have our
AC controller.
Our AC controller. Our people's and culture head. She's from I think either North Pole or South Pole.
I think she's from the North Pole.
North Pole. Okay, so she needs his AC really down, and I had to survive. So
yeah. The next time I have to get my jacket because I'm gonna freeze to death.
I told you yesterday I'm gonna bring one I brought today.
Yes.
That's how it happened. Yes.
Super. So how's the day been treating you?
It was raining in the morning.
Yes, terrible. But now it's sunny though.
Now it is sunny though. This brings to me about. Do you know these hurricanes?
Yeah.
Hurricanes are named after people's name.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you mean that hurricane is actually a person's name?
Yeah, they give names of people, and there's more fact.
Really?
It's alternatively a male and a female name.
Hurricane.
Oh yeah. That's how it is. And there's more.
Okay.
If you make a terrible damage, I don't know why. If you make a terrible damage and a lot of losses, they withdraw that name. They never use that name again.
Really?
Yeah, just go and just search. You'll find some interesting information about this.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's brand new information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that we have. While we are here, in Sri Lanka, I don't think we have any hurricanes.
Hurricanes, yeah.
We have everything else, right?
I know. We have the Aragale. We had the COVID-19. So when we were talking before our chat, right, you told me that you had 30 plus years of experience in the industry, right? But I have a very interesting question for you, that is, when you were back in the days, when I know that digitization was not a word, but definitely there were the beginning of automation was flourishing. So when you heard about that digitization was coming in place, and when you were seeing all of these things happening in a young mindset, what were you thinking?
I was confused.
You were confused?
Yeah. I started my career with Kodak.
Okay.
Who invented the document management in that sense.
Yes.
So our motto was at that time, paperless office.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen our HR department? Have you seen our finance?
Filled with papers.
The life is we set very high expectations, and but this is something we can achieve when you set expectations, right? But this is something we have not been able to achieve. Paperless office?
Yeah.
No way.
No way.
Why?
Because we are very prone to use papers in all of our activities.
Yeah. We are very human thing to have a piece of paper, right?
I know, right?
Yeah. Your birth certificate?
Still paper.
Paper.
Still paper.
You like to hold on to your land documents, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I own this.
Yeah. I think that's the very nature, life. Okay.
So that was your thought. So you were confused, and at the same time you thought that this was never achievable.
No, I was confused why people are not adapting. But then I realized, this is the human nature.
Right.
So unless you are being subjected to one of those things, like hurricane. Tsunami, like a fire,
COVID-19,
like COVID-19, you will start realizing,
at one point or another,
digitization is an important part if you wanted to have business continuity.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Not only business continuity, right?
Yeah.
you
Many
can
more
use
things.
that as for productivity as well.
Yep.
So I was always confused why people don't realize that. It is always second priority.
Until
know,
something that comes in place
Suddenly
to
something
force.
happens. When something happens, it becomes, oh.
Yes.
You know, have you ever planned funerals at home? We don't, right?
Yeah.
We don't. You know, when it happens, we ask everybody how to get the how to get the death certificate, how to get the approval, how to find the shed or the chairs and other things to organize that. And we do our funerals most at home, right?
I
Not
know.
on funeral parlor.
Parlors, yes.
So sometimes we tend to respond to certain type of problems,
Only when it happens.
only reactively. Yeah, not proactively.
Proactively.
Yeah. So we should talk about being proactive today.
Right, that's an interesting topic. In your thoughts and in your experiences, so you have worked with organizations, you have taught them the digitization path, right? So what was one of the challenge that you couldn't get people to react more proactively?
Because they don't have the end in mind at the beginning.
Right.
So if you don't understand, if this morning you woke up,
Okay.
right, you are coming from Kadavata, right?
Ragama.
Ragam, right?
Yes.
So if you did not know
Okay.
where to go this morning to come to office,
Yeah.
probably still you will be on the road
Yeah, wondering where am I gonna go now?
Yeah. So I think we need to have a end in mind to start with. So it makes your life much more easier. But I think everything this applies to everything in life.
Yes. Yes.
But mostly we tend to forget this, especially when it comes to ICT projects, digital transformation, or any other stuff.
Yeah.
And I wonder why.
We want people to be more proactive, isn't
Of course,
it?
think
the
about
end.
the end result. Why do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Why do you want to do this?
Right.
So then of course you will be able to. I mean, different people will do this for different reasons.
Exactly.
I'm scared of tsunami.
Yeah.
Or if you are living in the coastal area,
I'm scared of
will-
tsunamis too.
I will go digitize my documents and put it in the cloud. You know the cloud?
Yeah.
The same clouds that give you rain?
No.
No,
Not that.
No, not that cloud. The
Definitely
other clouds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it depends. If your organization is distributed and if you wanted to share documents effectively,
Yep.
what do? Digitize them
Digitize them. Definitely have them on the cloud.
and share easily.
Yes.
Otherwise, make photocopies. You know, photocopies is paper.
I am. And you can't be sure if the photocopies will be safe in the first place. I mean, when a tsunami comes, the photocopies also goes along with the original.
We got a granddaughter now. My son has she became just a year.
Okay.
I think we need to leave the world for this little child to grow up and still be able to live in this world. At the rate what we are polluting this and cutting trees and doing, you remember that 6 months back how warm it was?
I know. And do you know something? So I read it a while ago. It's no more global warming. It's global boiling now.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I think that's an interesting way of putting it together.
Yeah.
So I think digitization can help reduce carbon footprint of organizations.
Yes.
So if you are responsible, then you should look at this.
Right.
Because multiple technologies around. When you eliminate the paper copies and the sharing of the paper across different places, different locations, and then if you get approvals digitally, signatures digitally,
Yes.
and then when you do small approvals using automation workflows, you are going to save not only money for you, you're going to save the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, for our future generation.
Yeah, we are in trouble. Sri Lanka,
What
we
do
are
you
in
mean?
trouble. So the purpose of human beings.
Yeah.
What's the purpose?
To produce.
No. Either you live forever
Oh.
or procreate. These are the two options that is given.
Right.
But we are not even procreating. You know, our population growth is less than 1%.
Decreasing.
It's going down.
Yes.
So that's more the reason that you should automate and bring some process in place, because there will be less and less people to do work. Maybe there are more robots, but
AI.
AI, who is A? AI is A. A.
Why do we need
AI.
So, what do you think of AI?
1986, when I was in the university, we were. I'm old.
Okay.
Very old. Very old. Older than this AI, and we were writing algorithms called neural networks.
Okay.
Okay, we were trying to solve problems by not using equations, by trying to identifying patterns and to respond to that.
Right.
We did not have the compute power. Of course, we had algorithms, and we didn't have also the advanced tools like today with what is available. I mean, I'm not getting into technical, but the tools are not available.
Okay.
But ever since, it was a hopeless journey for me, because I was so interested. I still have that original book which I bought for AI with me.
No way.
Yeah. And
how old is this book?
This book should be from 1986 to now.
Wow.
Yeah. Until the COVID happened, we did not see a sign of AI coming into any game-changing environment, right? AI was there, of course, and it was expensive, difficult to access affair. But this is becoming very different today.
Very different. I mean, it's like almost like the talk of the town right now. You go to LinkedIn or any social platforms, every single product is talking about generative AI. We do generative AI.
Do you know, if I don't have these tools available today, half of my work will be, so difficult.
So difficult, right?
Yeah.
I know, because now it's like things are becoming more productive.
Of course.
With AI, right? And we are working more efficiently, right? And I feel like AI is becoming more of a complement to human creativity as well. Now, as a content creator from my end, I see AI like that, and it's very, very fascinating.
Okay.
Okay. I have another interesting question for you.
Keep on asking questions.
Yeah.
Come on, go.
I'm going to ask a lot of questions from you. You see, we have lots and lots of mundane tasks that we do on a day-to-day life, right?
Yeah.
Now, for example, just imagine, like, if you take our HR, right? She's been sending lots of documents on a day-to-day basis to get signatures and to store those documents and all of that. Would you like to go ahead and acknowledge our audience of what is being done differently in HR?
This was all. Actually, this particular set of tools we invented in COVID.
Okay.
Of course, we have been doing document management for the last 30 or 24 years.
Wow.
I've been doing this for 36 years, but this particular, the company itself we have been doing this one for the last 20 odd years, right? So, but this cool stuff, what we have innovated out of our own need, because we have our board members and shareholders and senior management,
all
sitting in
the
different places in the world, and in the COVID, DHL was not working, and TNT or any other document delivery things are not working. But nobody accepts that without your signatures, all the signatures of the board of directors and so forth, to make sure some government documentation, etc. So we had to find a way to do this. So that's how our digital signature toolkit was being.
Right.
Of course, digital signatures existed for many years.
Yes.
Many years. It is as old as me, maybe. Yeah.
Wow.
So the beauty is, this different, these different generations, Gen Z, Gen Y, millennial, all this.
Yeah.
They're different, right? Why?
Because they have different ways of handling things.
Yeah. Some old people think in an old way, but there are new people think in a new way.
New ways.
So this tool was developed by the new generation.
Yes. So because we don't like to waste time.
Yeah, I know. Cut the crap out of the whole process, right?
Exactly.
Yes, yeah, I know. It's very cool. That's why I would say it's very different to the other tools what is available in the market.
Okay. Okay.
Because we made sure that the user is in the front. User
Right.
is the primary focus, and getting work done is the problem of the developer.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Make it easier for you.
Hmm.
That's how it should be, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
definitely,
yeah,
definitely. Because you see, we are talking so much about digitization, we are talking so much about global warming, and I think it's a great step ahead to start off with, at least with the electronic signatures, right? In those processes, you can bring and cut down the use of papers and start the digitization journey in many organizations. And I think that would be the interesting first step that many organizations can take also.
At the onset of the COVID,
Yeah.
we were all scared,
Yes.
right? And we also took a lot of different decisions, and we operated differently. We worked from home,
Yeah.
and also that gave us a chance to one of the dreams that I had when we started our company. We wanted to be spread out and make it easier for people to work for us.
Wow. Okay.
Organizations to be available everywhere, but it's not practical. We cannot rent places in remote locations and make them running. You need administrative cost, internet connections, and
Yeah.
various different things.
Yeah. And
But-
add in the paper too.
Yeah.
Too much work.
Yeah. So in reality, what happened was we were thrown on the hot water at the COVID, because we had no people to hire, because we don't see people. So we had to hire people from very, very far places.
Far places, yes.
How are you going to ask them to sign their contract?
Contracts, employee documents.
Oh,
right?
that's the problem.
Onboarding.
See, I became
HR expert all of a sudden.
or suddenly we have to do that because we had the need to
Yes.
get it done. Of course, there were tools, but they were not cool. So we had to find something
Find something.
that fits the young generation, right? So I think I think we did very good on that.
Nice.
And one of the greatest applications that I have seen with this is the employee onboarding.
Wow.
Because
Yes.
you don't know that person existed before. You had a remote interview. You had
Exactly.
gone through 2-3 interviews, and the guy is from other side of the country. And you ask him to come to sign a piece of paper to your office.
Yeah, that's such a waste of time.
Such a waste of
And if it's under a specific country situation, then he can never come down to the office to sign any paper.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you will have to forget the entire thing,
Yeah.
which could be easily tackled by
So
having
by the way,
Yeah.
we are no longer working from home. Huh? You know that.
Yes.
We do hybrid.
Yes.
30%.
30% office, 20%, 70% from home.
Well, what is the 20%? You are 20% of the time you have been shopping. I guess, you know, you're doing.
No.
We should call our HR now and ask, you know, what
No,
is okay.
I don't do that.
I think the interesting fact is, even 30% or 1% when you are working remotely,
Yeah.
how do you collaborate
Yes.
if you don't have the right tools?
Right.
So people forget that even if you go one halt to the next halt in the bus, you have to buy your ticket.
Ticket. Exactly.
Right? So even if you work 10% from home, 20% from home, or 80% from home, or from anywhere, still you need certain tools that will empower you to do your job.
Yes. Especially take your organization to the next level.
Absolutely. If you want to take your organization
To the next level.
yeah.
Completely
Otherwise, you can name it in a
dependent.
hurricane. You know, put a name of a hurricane and make a big damage and just forget about the
Forget
name.
about it.
I think that's also not a bad idea.
Bad
right?
idea.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, some people
Right.
want to do that. Yeah.
Exactly. Since we have spoke so much
Yeah.
about AI and
Can I go?
digitization, no, we have one last question.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
I promise this will be super interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now we have a lot of day-to-day activities that we do, right?
Okay.
If you could digitize one of those activities, what would you digitize?
Everything. I love digitization so much. Please don't ask me which one to digitize. So for me, my need list and the want list on digitization is, is the same.
Complete.
It's the same.
Oh,
It's the
same, okay.
Okay, it's the same. It's not going to be different. But you can ask somewhere else. And maybe if you ask our peoples and culture, they will tell you a different story. I need my letters to be, letter issuing system to be to be
Digitized.
digitized. And if you ask the employee who has left our organization,
Yeah.
he will say, I wish my previous organization would have digitized my record. So when I am becoming 50 years or 55 years old,
Yeah.
when I want to take my fund out,
Funds, yeah.
you know, my organization will be able to provide me with that piece of
Just
paper
like that.
or that information quickly to me. They don't, that I don't have to go
And
at that age 20 times and to find that no one you work with.
My records have never existed.
Yeah, no one ever worked with you is existing in the organization. If not even the
Right.
organization, but most probably if the organization exists, no one
No
is
one
there.
knows about
No one is going to be there when you are by the time you retire.
Right.
Yeah, so this is how the world works. So I wish the organizations become more responsible to feel for everybody's needs. So if you ask me to prioritize, my needs list and wants list are all digitization.
Yes.
You can't convince me otherwise.
Wow. That was so interesting. Thank you very much for joining us in this episode. And you can go ahead and have your great day now.
Thank you very much. There's no hurricane, no?
No hurricane. It's
Yes,
all
it's
good
sunny.
to go.
It is sunny. Okay.
Alright,
Thank
people.
you.
We'll be
Take care,
signing
bye.
off.
Take care.
I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Mr. Wasantha, again.
Thank you.